Charles Schulz and his peanuts. Sparky's peanuts. There was once a boy nicknamed Sparky. He was shy and insecure, so he didn't do very well in his studies. He loved sports, but wasn't great at any of them. The only team he ever played on was his school's golf team. As a child, Sparky didn't have many friends. It wasn't that people didn't like him, they simply didn't notice him. Outside of school, hardly anyone ever even greeted him. Sparky felt like a loser except for one thing: his drawing skills. He loved to draw cartoons. At first, no one else appreciated Sparky's cartoons. In his senior year of high school, he submitted some of them to the school paper, but the editors turned them down. Still, Sparky was so convinced of his ability that he decided to become a professional artist. After graduating from high school, he sent some samples of his artwork to Walt Disney Studios and applied for a job there. He spent a great deal of time on all the drawings he submitted, but when the reply came from Disney Studios, he had been rejected once again. After this, Sparky decided to make a cartoon of his own life. He described his childhood self, a little boy loser who rarely succeeded at anything. Sparky, the boy who had such a lack of success in school and whose work was rejected again and again, was Charles Schulz, the famous cartoonist. He created the Peanuts comic strip, and the little cartoon character who never succeeded in kicking a football, Charlie Brown. The story of Peanuts. The characters in Charles Schulz's comic strip, Peanuts, are not very smart or talented. In fact, they're pretty average children. They're just normal kids who live in the same neighborhood, go to the same school, and play baseball together. There's a little boy who feels insecure unless he has his blanket with him, and a girl who feels important but never gets the attention that she wants. There's a bird that has trouble flying straight, and a dog that acts like a superstar, but is only seen as a mere dog. Last but not least, Charlie Brown is the unlucky main character who can't get his kite to fly. These dull characters attracted neither cartoon critics nor the people at Walt Disney, who didn't want to buy Peanuts. They said the characters did not inspire people to dream or encourage them to hope. Even after it became popular in many newspapers, critics still thought the comic strip would fail, criticizing it for having uninteresting characters. Some people said that Snoopy, the dog, should be taken out. Nevertheless, Schulz believed in his work and did not change Peanuts. He even kept Snoopy, who is now one of the most loved cartoon characters of all time. Schulz's comic strip was so successful because, unlike critics, ordinary people loved the sympathetic way Schulz drew his unlucky characters. People could even recognize some of their own weaknesses in the characters. The everyday things that happen to the kids in Peanuts, their personality traits, and their stories sometimes came from Schulz's real-life experiences. With Charlie Brown, he showed readers his own feelings of awkwardness and loneliness. In addition to the odd personalities that Schulz gave his characters, he also gave them humorous insight and understanding about the world around them. The wisdom in the sometimes sarcastic words the characters speak to each other often leaves them in silence afterwards, giving readers enough time to both laugh and reflect on the truth of what they have said. From the beginning, readers really liked these distinctive qualities of the comic strip. In fact, the humor Schulz used in Peanuts sometimes seemed better suited for adults than children. The 50-year run of Peanuts ended with the death of Charles Schulz in the year 2000, but Peanuts is still regarded as one of the greatest cartoon strips of all time. Even today, reruns of Peanuts continue to appear in newspapers around the world. In addition, television shows, movies, Broadway musicals, and commercial products have all been made based on the Peanuts characters. Each of the characters that appeared in the cartoon strip during its 50-year run had a unique personality, but they all had one thing in common. All of them showed that human beings have at least one difference or one weakness. Readers relate to this because nobody is perfect, and we all have qualities that make us different. Being different is what makes us all special. So we should accept ourselves for who we are instead of trying to be perfect in everything.